Alloces, Allocer, Allocen, Alocer, Alocen, Alloces, Aeluwqah, Aeluwqah, whatever you want to call this vampire or leech. The chant is GBKZM, then VUMZ, then with a capital ZOOLXVH, then NVG, then GZHZ. And this will be said 52 times, or until I start to change how I feel or perceive. So here goes. Gum kazum bamazolxvah numvang gazahaz. Gum kazum bamazolxvah numvang gazahaz. Gum kazum bamazolxvah numvang gazahaz. Gums kazmbamaz zolxvah numvang gazahaz. Gum kazmbamaz zolxvah numvang gazahaz. Gum kazmbamaz zolxvah numvangazhaz. Gum kazmbamazolxvah numvangazhaz. And some just play musical instruments. Ding, 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 ding. Pluck, 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 pluck. Pound, 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 whatever. But chanting is a better way to go. They say it rides a horse with the dragon legs. The Infernal Dictionary says it has lion characteristics, a face, inflamed complexion, fervent eyes, teaching astronomy and liberal arts. That it is a duke and a night demon. Allocen has 36 legions, and if you remember, a legion is anywhere from 1,000 and 100 horse and 100 on a vehicle or a horse or whatever, to 5,000 and another 1,000 on a vehicle or horse or whatever. It's an enormous soldier with a ruddy complexion, burning eyes, speaks with gravity, provides good familiars, teaches astronomy and liberal arts. And that's what Johann Weyer had to say about it. James Donahue says that its spacecraft is just behind him. If you know anything about James Donahue, every other spirit, or maybe even every spirit, has a spacecraft in some manifestation. All those circular sigils, that's bound to come up in someone's mind, or that's bound to be what it comes through, right? Colin de Plancy says it's a lion-faced knight. With fervent eyes and inflamed complexion. Okay, I think I already said that. Black Witch Coven says that it has a hoarse voice and provides beneficent familiars, not just any familiars. It's like, oh, I want company. You know, that's a strange thing to pray for, but anyways, the Luciferian scents would include allspice, almond, catnip, calamus, benzoin, blueberry, burdock, damiana, elder, henna, lovage, mugwort, orris, patchouli, rose, savory, vervain, wisteria, thyme. The O&A would give it an F sharp, Miscellanean, and mode 5 for its music. Between F major and E major would be a traditional. In the 32nd octave, we have an A sharp, an 8.242 resonance, an 87.42 hertz. You're typically going to find it says that 103.7 beats per minute, 442.5 hertz over 440 hertz, plus 9.6 centimeters, 221.23 hertz would be the orbit of Venus. And that's what I mean, A sharp in the 32nd octave. Dukes, at least in the Goetia side of the grimoires, you're going to see that mornings in clear weather. And Seagates says that those who look directly in the eyes of Alloces see their own death. And Aaron C. Donahue says, within the eyes of Alloces can be seen fire overlooking earth. A human skull face and armor suggest that man is doomed. Man is forever doomed. And okay, I wrote something at the top. If I figure it out before I close. Michael W. Ford says that its entity, or at least operations concerning the entity, would be establishing boundaries and a demon of clay and metal art. Little Doom Witch says it's of the fire quadrant, so Ga-Op instead of Ziminar. And planetary initiation. Stephanie Connolly says it's to clear the mind, and most okay, I didn't have much of that, but the chant before I put this up, Gum Kazum Vamaz Zoluxva Navug Gazhaz Gum Kazum Vamaz Zoluxva Navug Gazhaz. And some will like to put these things in a brass-lined vessel, and that is what I am doing here. And the reason why this is going up tonight is because I have, my program was deleted the last time around. And in 2011, a particular operation was undertaken, and then I'll break to go into some linguistics and all that, but the experience. So place yourself in my experience, if you would. From 5:17 to 5:36 p.m. on December the 5th, 2011. Halasia, symbolizing prosperity, was, I circled about, feeling like something was above me in the middle of the circle. I grew heady. Later, I felt shivers of pleasure. I felt warm and tingly. Phosphenes abounded. A flow came down me, relieving pain. My reflection morphed in different ways. I continued to see psychedelic shapes and colors in spots. I shook gently. I still feel euphoric. Time seemed to stand still in moments. I was content and very happy. And the Furcos experience that I shared the last episode that I posted was shared with somebody that I called Death. And let's see. To look at some of the language involved. And we have Alloces is a chief gatherer, a leader of the stock, stubble, authority. Alcus is the seat stubble. Okay. Alcus, okay. Alocus is the leader of gathering harshness. Alocus is strong leader for a seat. The message that shields. Leader of walking into a trap. Aloksh is the raffia, the leader of repeated pressuring. Aloksh is the aftergrowth, or the late crop. And that looks like perhaps it with that journal for a while. Maybe not. And 2012. But before 2012, let's look at 2014 and see okay. So I wanted to be sure that that was shared. And 2013, we have the necropolis Arca, and we have a lay in Greek, which would be Arca, and we have Arku, which would be an expert. We have Arc, which is a band, a girdle, a tie, and Arc would be complete or affidavit. Arc nature would be a swearing by God. Another binding related thing. We have Arkahat. Oh, Arkahat, which would be the other world, referring to a vampire. That would be a important one to consider, now wouldn't it? And we have, you know, some other ones to look at here. Let's double make sure we have, yep, I shared everything from that. So 14. So the first experience of a ritual from 2012 that I'm going to share today is from December 5th. Proverbs 2, 16 through 19, 5, 1 through 23, 7, 1 through 27, 30, 11 through 33, Job 26, 11 through 14, and 29, 1. Oh, and 29, 17, not 29, 1. We have Genesis 2, 4 through 6, Isaiah 24, 1, and 34, 1 through 27 or 17. From Apocalypse, we have 16, 6 and 17, 5 through 6. From Romans, we have 3, 9 through 19. From Acts, we have 15, 27 through 29. And to get into the themes from Quran, further verses included that are particular to this ritual: 2, 173, 5, 3, 8, 145 through 146. That doesn't sound right. 6, 145 through 146. That makes more sense. 7, 133. 16, 66 through 70. And 16, 114 through 116. 19, 17, 77 through 83. 22, 36 through 37. 41, 19 through 25. And 96, 1 through 19. Acts 15, 27 through 29. Okay. Gauzy plum, meaning without a spot in this case. 5:30 to 7:12 p.m. December 5th. I saw a strange electric blue pattern about 9 feet tall and a few wide. For the next sections of the right, I felt the presence by the ceiling in the west. I was teary from the upswelling of emotion. I felt like the room loved me. I saw a red glow as I felt like I was pleasantly melting in warmness. I felt tingly and gave way as all pain and stiffness went. 7:17 p.m. I am more aware and more awake. I returned to a normative state. And before we share another experience to precede the main event, let's look at the language notes on this page. Sorry about that. That was not supposed to happen. I don't know. Alloces is power, force, fight, battle. Oh, a defensive power. Defense, guard, prowess. I like so. Keep off guard, guard, protect, defend, help, defend oneself. And we have Alloces is keeping off evil. A similar word, apapantos kakademonos, away every evil spirit. Now, if we remember, one of these verses, or maybe not this version. Where's the other? There's a reference to a Alocer, which is a vampire, and her 2 daughters in the Bible. So that's what I mean by the vampire spirit. That should be enough. Alloces, keeping ward, defense. Alloces, salt or brackish. Alto, a direction to another place. alto, a direction to another place seen, and we have some Latin here. We have Alocer by some way or another, Aloquam in some degree, and Aloquis, somebody or something, other, anyone. And see, we have the ancient Aramaic Aeluwqah is a leech, a horse leech, and it's also translated as vampire elsewhere. We have Alces in Latin. We have is elk, Aloquis, somebody or another, Aleo, one of the harpies, a swift dog, Alloces, a famous lyrical poet of Mytilene, contemporary with Sappho, inventor of verse named after him, Alcaicus, and Alcaeus is the father of Amphitrite, a grandfather of Hercules, and Alcides. And let's go on a little further. We have one more experience to share before attempting the ritual again that got cut off, but that's okay. And December 9th, 5:25 to 6:54 p.m. I was a yellow star in a blue sky. I felt a presence before me around the green seal and westward, like a cylindrical rod. The space I felt the presence in was about 6 inches in diameter and 3 feet long. I felt pressed on and moved about. I saw a series of colored lights appear in a sequence going all about thrice in a rainbow of colors. I rumbled about and felt heavy at times. I was warm and crying with joy in others. In the round, I felt a scouring euphoria blast down me, causing me to slouch. A normative state returned at 7:05 p.m. And we are seeing this is a rite concerning Fort Calor, and from Kron verses that represented what we had to say about that were 7:53 through 58, 10, 11 through 25, 14, 11 through 18, 15, 1 through 25, 18, 32 through 45, 35, 1 through 2, 39, 67 through 75, 55, 14 through 45, Ephesians 6, 7 through 9, Revelations 5, 9 through 11 and 14, and Revelation 6, 12 through 6:12 through 7:17. And okay, so I'll figure out before the next one how that's all going to arrange, but let me find something for the Enochian ritual and join with me in the chant before I explain it, and then attempt it without the explanation. So, Yod, 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 Yod. Yawn. 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 Stand facing north, with feet together, left hand at your side and right arm extended and centered with wand or index finger in front of you. Face the east. Trace a clockwise unicursal, drawn with one line, earth hexagram. Start at the lower right hand part and intone Bum Sun Dion. Even more glorious is God. Vibrating one syllable of the name ye use with each angle of the earth hexagram. Then assume the sign of slain and intone Nyek mai perdivawan arkamasm kim yemf doayimotilok. Behold of everlasting truth, I will serve even in sorrow. May our sin die. Face the south. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have faced the south yet. Then trace a clockwise unicursal fire hexagram. Red. Start at the bottom. And repeat the intonation. Vibrating one syllable of the name you use for each angle of the fire hexagram. Beyond, even more glorious is Yod. Then assume the sign of praise and intone Yikmah Bos Diangiobo Fall Yarlinga Toglo Pango Atalho. Behold, ends, offerings of giving things into cups. Face west. Trace a clockwise unicursal water hexagram blue. Starts at the lower left side. Repeating intonation. Bovsundion. Even more glorious is God. Vibrating one syllable of the name for each angle of the water hexagram. Then assume the sign of risen. Face the north. Trace the clockwise universal spirit hexagram. Black, starting at top. Repeating the intonation. Mumsundion. Even more glorious is God. Then assume the power position of power, strength, and authority. Next. Sext Athier. So the hands flop to the side for authority. Power, they're flat and crossed. A fist and crossed for strength. Facing north, in the center of the circle, assume slain position, which is, the arms are curved, your legs are apart, and intone. Mavsandian. More glorious is God. And Luvkaya Yaksayahal. You rule the south and know all. Babagiyain Leprana. Exalted is the one who made the fire. Rasyabateba. Powerful is the one whose voice is like no other. Our voice seems to have wings. Udsobolanyaragyoso. And rules the south and east. Myekmavanalya oiviyagi. I know you gather up the flaming. Daspyah aspas onoko. Our voices will serve you. Assume the reflection, thought pose, and intone. Amen. So let's try this again. Bosdian. Nyekma eaperg divaoan arkavasm tiemyebf doalmontilok. Bosdian. Nyekma ayea pernivaoanar kavasam tiemyebf doalmotilok. Bosdian. Nyekma bosdiagi obofayadlavga toglopovga atalho. Bosdian. Nyekmaya perdivaoanar masam tiebjebap doal yemotilo. Basdian. Nuv Koya Yaksah Yahal Babagia Ila Prana Rasya Bateva Utsobonyarang Yosu Nikmavanaya por oiviai Daspiah aspas unoko Amen. Like a circle, up and down, 5 times instead of 4, around me was a clear, wavy band. And in the center, a red spike coming down. That will have to be redone. And like a pulsing, but a warmness coming from the east and the south. Not so much from the southeast. And in the northeast, kind of breezy. Feeling kind of hypersensitive right now. But tomorrow at some time, I will have to share about this book, because I don't think, energy-wise, I am that good to get into that. But Figtharzi Vom Sarg, peace be upon every one of you.